session is on the game character description and concept design. So the concept design is always come with the first pre-plan about the story or pre-plan about the character design or pre-plan of the gaming planning. Uh, so we will start with the very soon without any wasting our time. So about the session overview, I would like to describe about in this session, we will able to get the some idea about the study of the shapes, symbolization, and theory about the shape symbolization, identify the category of the character design and character concept art that will become of the last final note about this one. So in between, I'll demonstrate you how to design the character or as well as the how to reach out that reach out about the initial as well as the final outcome. So introduction in between that is the character designs, hierarchy of the characters and shape simulation, and finally we keynote about the concept art. So the character design, why we need to design the character? First of all, we need to character. Obviously, any kind of story or any kind of design, it will comes start with the storyline. What kind of story is there and what kind of character or what kind of play is there inside the story. So according to that character design we need it. Character design is purely based on the script, purely based on the scene, purely based on the game, what kind of game genre is there, purely based on the story and storyline. It appears in comic strips, television, animation, feature film, animation, comic books, computer animation, and humorous illustrations. So character design where it will become. So there the character designer role will come there. So character design always need to showcase something different what we are observing inside the film point of view or inside the story point of view. That is the main thing. So first of all, we'll go for the next slide. So what kind of hierarchy we need to design the character? So character hierarchy refers to the different level of simplicity or realism. Individual character are based largely upon each character role and function in the story. So majorly we are having the 6 characters hierarchy, or you can say the character categories. This is the standardized. This style or these categories are overall designer or overall industry is following. So you can see in the picture, we have the 6 different kinds of categories like iconic, simple, broad, comedy relief, lead character, and realistic. And you just recall your memory how you are observing these characters or how you are observing these characters in an animation film, how you are observing these characters in a feature films, VFX oriented films, superhero films. All these categories you can see. So we'll go for the first iconic characters. What kind of iconic characters? Iconic characters, very simple. Those are very, very useful, especially for the stylized animation, for the web animation, for application animation. This is the, you can say, just a limited animation, only limited animation to give the message. There is no that much of acting sense. There is no that much of proportionate. There is no that much of details in that character. Very much simply, that is called as iconic. Even though your chatting iconic characters like emojis are looks like a coming into iconic characters. Simple character related with the little bit story oriented concept, like story oriented concepts like what kind of a story is going on, or what kind of a character having a simplicity in a story like a series or in a television webcast or in a kids oriented stories. So for that we need a simple character. Those are the influence with the human but much more simple, like you can say the cartoon characters. Broad characters comes into the broad characters come like a much more comical. Those are much more influenced by the Disney characters, Warner Bros, or you can say it's one kind of comedy relief characters, much more lovable for towards the kids oriented, like Tom and Jerry and other things. Those are the much more funny and will crack the jokes on the screen. Comedy relief are coming into the little bit feature film oriented character. Those are supportive characters, especially for the hero, or sometimes those are supportive character for the villains also. They will act nicely, they will do nicely performance on the screen, but sometimes they crack the jokes or do something silly things through that humor will create into the story. So these are much more related with the feature films oriented characters. Lead characters always comes into the major role. Who is playing the major role? Either is it woman oriented film, or either is it um, you can say the male oriented film, whatever the story is there. Who is the main lead? So that is comes into the lead characters. Those are much more influenced through the original anatomy of the picture or original influence of the anatomical, but little bit simplicity, not full-fledged details, but those are influence, cuteness or proportion of the body of the main lead characters are like a human beings. Realistic characters, that is those are beyond that simple or lead, those are coming into the hyper realistic, like our Avengers movies or like our any kind of superheroic movies comes into the realistic character. Those are the lead also, as well as much more powerful also. Those need some much more details on the skins, those much more details into the expression wise, those having the much more details with the much more extra natural power. So those kind of collectively calling as a realistic characters, like comic heroes and whatever VFX oriented films character, our superheroes characters are come up with the realistic characters. So what is the shape symbolization? So those are the category. So how to design those character? For that we need to understand the shape symbolism. So shape symbolism always said whatever shape you are using into your character. So according to that, that character's features will appear or that character's nature will appear. So if you use the circles, so it's to come up with the cute character, because circle there is no edges, there is no sharp edges, there is no that much of you can say the crooked lines. So that time this circle always come up with the funny, always come up with the friendly, always come up with the cute oriented characters. So for good characters we need to go with the circles. Square based character always come up with the heavy or solidity or having the much more focused character. Those are the coming with the lead, who can lead the entire the film, who can lead the group, who can fight with the villain. So like that bodybuilder or superheroes or lead characters will come up with a square oriented structure. Triangle based characters always come up with some suspense sinister, like villain oriented, those having the crooked. If you see some movies like a Lion King, older Lion King instead of a new one, you can see the Scar character having designed with the much more cruel things, much more pointed into the design. And just opposite, you can see the Mufasa having the a well-built, a balanced character, because the having that square-based character construction in Mufasa and triangle-based structure in the Scar. So like that Simba character come up into the cute. So it's coming into the little bit curvature. It's a circle oriented character. So like this, we need to symbolize the character while designing. What kind of character is there? According to that, we need to select the theory of the shape symbolization. Working with art tool, always go with the rough sketches, come up with the silhouettes, come up with the single tonal values. No need to go with the detail in the initial stage. Just scribble is experiment with the proportion, experiment with the volumes, experiment with the some height, experiment with the cuteness, experiment with whatever shape symbolization. So always automatic you will get some different kinds of variations, as well as the some more detail and some more characteristics into the character design. You can inspire with this kind of exercise also. Take any kind of objects in front of you and just think about what kind of visuals, what kind of character I can see inside that abstract form, or just take any kind of references and convert that references into the some different kinds of cute characters, minimize that details, and you will get the some variations of that character. So like that experiment we need always. So because the thing is what, when you go for the character design, some reference we need essential, because story needs benchmarks and story having some points what kind of designation we need. So that time these references and these you can say inspiration sketch or inspiration references always come up with the good point of view. Hmm. Like that, experiment always come, and many things. One character you can design with the different kinds of. Here in slide you can see old guy character, how it's convert into the square base, how it's convert into circle base, how it's convert into triangle base. So you will get the much more variations, and according to that variation, the characteristics, actions also will change, and features also will change. Hmm? So usually, basically, while designing the characters, go with the rough structures, then go with the later, go with the line drawings, especially for the gaming oriented character. Hmm. Check out the variations, what kind of dress up we can change, and how we'll get the much more variations of the royalness, characterizations. Hmm. Try with the silhouette, a strong pose when you need. So that time no need to add each and every details inside that. Just fill up the black colors, automatic that black colors will show you the strongness of that character. Hmm? So come up with more variations using with the basic shapes and line art, then go for the details. Gradual, it will not come directly to inside you how to design, but it will come slowly, gradually. And even though while you giving some assignments to the students, so that time also let them grown up slowly instead of showcasing higher end hyper realistic character and let them do the design it. Don't go like that. Slowly grown up, give some starting simple, then go for the little bit complicated, then go for the complexity, like that. Hmm? So like that, once experiment will come up with the experiment with the some different kind of color schemes also. That is also will come little bit more enhancing of the characteristics. Hmm. References always take up, do some experiment with colors, with textures. Hmm. Color scheme is much more important. How we are taking the color schemes. Like here, I am showcasing the what kind of color scheme we need to understand. Is it we are going to character color in a complementary or analog or triadic or split complementary or tetradic? These are the major color schemes. Even though these color schemes always most probably we are using in commercial advertisements also. But while coloring for the characters, these color schemes always very much helpful to us to how to select the colors. Otherwise, what happens? We just randomly taking the colors and just putting on the character. It will not come up a good sign, or it will not come up with a good taste of that one. So that time we need to experiment with the colors. Hmm. So here you can see it's a one kind of design of the analog color scheme. You can see the almost same colors are there, but it's not necessary how you color selecting. You need to always take a pure color from the color wheel. It's a near about. You can mix up with the darker, you can mix up with the lighter, you can mix up with the gray, like tint, shade, and tone. These activity or this experiment always come up with a good sign. Hmm. So here you can see a small summary about that one. Hercules, you can see with the simple black color also you can show the strength of the Hercules. The same thing you can see the Kung Fu Panda main lead character. You can see the heroes, and then you can see the villains of that. Two different kinds of villain. One is from the Kung Fu Panda and one is from the Little Mermaid. And the same lead characters, you can see the innocent cuteness, the Meg and the Oogie Way, the Kung Fu Panda main lead. You can see it's one kind of mentorship, like that kind of characters will come. Hmm. This is the summary with the silhouettes. Now, when we design for the special for the game, we need little bit brainstorming. Hmm. See, there is a thin line between the animation character, VFX character, and game character. But in game character, what once we need some more strength and some more unique features, so those character will go appeal more. Like here you can see uh, I have the list out here genre, themes and classes. What kind of is there? FPC, MOBA, action RPG, RTC. Then theme, how can we take? Is it your theme is science fiction character, or is it your theme is fantasy character? Is it your theme with horror character, or is it your theme with steampunk pirates or samurai Vikings, or class? What kind of is there? Is it DPS class, healer class, support class, or tank? Means what kind of class is there? Is it completely huge lead, or is it supportive, or is it commander, or is it king? Like that. So these are the example of the list of the points. So before the start the character design, those are the much more important here. Hmm. No, how to start? The theme is about like this. Whenever you go with the designs, these designs always come up with one rough sketch on paper. Then after that rough sketch, need to clean up some more details. After that, need to convert it into the line art, a fine-tuned line art. Then go with the silhouette is a little bit good, interesting. What you are posing your character, that should be much more clear inside that one. Then after that, slowly adding the details of the shades, colors, and other things. Automatic, it will be come up with the proper way. So not I am telling a session is here and will come up with, but now I'll go for the demonstration. So what kind of features or what kind of experiment we have to create special for the game oriented character? So friends, you can see here on screen, you're seeing one character design, what I've made. It's a one kind of rough sketch. I did some experiment with the combination of the human and combination of the animal features. You can see in most of the character designs, especially for the game oriented, this kind of mix up of the two genres or mix up of the two different things. Here I experiment or I take the reference from the like a warrior, like the Vikings warriors, and I added some features of like a buffalo kind of animal features, especially for that forehead features, and I included those things into the that costume or into the helmet or dress up. Like this kind of experiment we need always. So these experiment always come up with some brainstorming references, sketch up, and when you do lots of things, so that time these quicker sketches will come. Here this is not a much more quicker. I did lots of fast sketch, then through that I selected one pose and that features I build up one more time, and later I finished with the some scribble of the color pencils just for the references, how to check and how the look and feel come. So like that, while digitalization, we can change much more and we can add up some more. Here you can see, I'll show you. So this is the my sketch first. I'll show you an original. This one is the first sketch, what I showcased in previous. So I did some proportionate corrections here and convert it into the fine-tune sketch. You can see here, this is called as fine-tune sketch. And I added some base color here to save time. Anyway, you have to select first palette, decide the palette, what kind of palette you want. Here I did some palette references. So according to that, I selected some base color of the skin, base color of the some ornaments, base color of the some costumes. I'll apply one next. So once you select the sketch, convert it into the multiply, because the base color will automatic blend with that sketch layer. So we'll do one now. I'll off extra layers of that weapons and we'll go for the base colors, whatever the remaining portion is there. So in between Surajji, we can take some call from queries. So that time I'll able to answer it in a proper way or on time, because sometimes if we miss the calls or if we miss the queries, so attendees will not taking the interest for them. So please check out that regular way. So I'll answer it simultaneously while demonstrating the work. Adding some more details, especially for the gaming. So that time we have to add up some more. But see, while designing the character, always go with the simplicity and always go with the some construction oriented. Later, how much you adding the details, according to that genre will change there.
Okay. Okay. And next question is, Sir, can we define the categories of the characters as cartoon, semi-realistic and realistic? If that's so, which categories can we say semi-realistic and cartoon also?
Semi-realistic characters comes into the character like a lead character.
Okay.
Like I showcase in that six different kinds of categories of character is there. Semi-realistic characters come into the real, and cartoon lead characters, and cartoon characters come up with that simple character or broad character.
Okay. So
where we have the bigger face, smaller body. Those come up with the cartoon characters.
yeah. So this question from Sauvik Bhattacharya. Okay. And it's
Yes,
sir. Mukund is asking like it's a PSD or Illustrator.
which one? This file. This file is PSD file.
PSD file. Okay. Yeah, Mukund, it's a PSD. So he's a villain. Swapnil, this character is a villainy character, I think.
According to appearance, how it is looking? Can anybody say? Surajji, what is your opinion about this character?
This character is not a good character. He's a villain.
Villain only, na? Because as per that picture, you can see the points and
according to me, this character is like a triangle face. So mostly the triangle face comes for a villainic look. Am I right?
Yes, definitely. Correct.
Okay. Okay, so you are doing with the pentablet, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
pentablet only the ideal tool.
Yeah, correct. So Rajkumar is asking like PSD file support Animate CC.
Sorry, PSD file supports Animate CC.
Support Animate CC is asking.
Yeah, you can import that one, but it will become a little bit heavy because it's a PSD always come up with a heavy size. So that's why we are using most probably vector graphics, especially for the animation point of view, where the 2D animation will come. So that time vector graphic will do always.
So that means we have to convert into vector graphic, then we have to import into Animate CC or how?
And see, one more thing is there in Animate CC for design purpose, you already having the tools.
Okay.
Drawing tools are there in Animate CC directly.
Okay.
So this demonstration I'm making special for the game oriented because we need to add some details more.
Okay.
Like light and shades.
Directly a candidate can create a character in Illustrator only, like Flash only, Animate CC only, correct?
Animate CC, yes, both are same.
Okay. So how can we set color palette for character Jiva?
Especially for the go with that colors.
Correct. This candidate missed the last session, I think, right?
Okay. So
no,
for
you can show once again.
Yes.
So how to create a palette? It's easy.
See, to create the palette, one more thing is about we need to select the colors according to the color scheme. What kind of color scheme we need to select? Either is it 4 color, either is it 3 color, or either is it analog, like that. Here you can see most of the colors are analog. I selected one pure hue, but according to that, I did some dark and lighter series of that colors.
Okay. Yeah. One more question from Jairaj. While creating a character, is it advised to go for the entire shape of the character or to go with groups like the places for joints?
Entire shape.
Entire shape. Okay.
Yes, because according to that entire shape, you can add up some more features.
Okay. Okay. So Jairaj asked that. And one more question from Abjit. I think this character is raw Viking from Norwegian country. Acha. So origin also they are telling.
Maybe,
Maybe. Okay.
because when you see lots of characters throughout the world, maybe somewhere like this,
Okay.
but I am sure I did not copy the same character.
Okay. See, there is no copy. There is a inspiration. Okay, so we can take the artwork as an inspiration and you can create, right?
Yes. Slightly it will take time. Have patience. We'll apply first base color. Once the base color over, so the next thing will
It's
come
a
up.
little easy for us to give a detail, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so one more question comes over here.
Yes.
Can you use a paint bucket to speed up the fill? Mukund is asking.
Yes, you can.
Okay. But we have to identify the border, right?
Yes.
Because when you fill the paint bucket, it will identify the border and fill. Na? So then you have to create the border first, then you can fill. That is also there.
For example,
And,
see, if I did here, okay,
yeah.
like this. See, even though sometimes this like this kind of edges will come, and you double fill it, this kind of crooked lines will come.
Correct.
So for this reason, mostly I avoid this one, paint bucket, to fill up that directly.
Okay. Okay. And the hair and the gesture is more look like a wild character. He faced a lot of troubles, and now he is the hero of the dark cave, the light of the dark era. It's a kind of great outfit. Abhijit Maiti. He is narrating about the character. I think Sapnil is busy with his strokes. And Savik, thank you, sir. My next question is, if we design a character with so much detailing, Is it possible to maintain tween in 2D animation, or can we maintain smoothness by using tween or frame by frame action?
Sorry, I would not suggest this kind of much more detailed character, especially for the 2D.
Correct.
If you are designing for the game oriented, that time only you go with this much more details or 3D characters like VFX oriented more characters. Because 2D animation having their limitations. So if you
Okay,
use
so
much
one
more,
more question. Yeah.
if you go with the
Yeah,
tween is not much more popular, especially for the characters, 2D animation. So it needs much more simplicity inside that one. If your character is much more simple, lesser detail, then only your animation will come smoother way.
Okay. So there is one more question. When you are creating a character, how much time we need to draw outline? Krishna Kumar is asking.
It depend on how much character you have it, how much detailing you want.
Okay.
If you have
And
lesser
if
details,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
have lesser details, character will come up with very fast. If you have more details, the character will come up with more time. It will take more time to finish it.
Okay. And next one is from Chandan. If there are hero, villain, and or sidekicks, how can one select the color info for character in the same movie or game? On what base the palette is selected?
The palette is selected according to that shades of that character. If your character is negative, obviously go with some negative shades like darker shades. If your character is joyful, if your character is much more popular, especially for the kids, so that time fresh colors you needed, warm colors. Warm and cool color theory is there. So if you follow the warm and cool color theory, so according to that, freshness and dullness will come into your character schemes.
Okay. Okay, then next one. How often the character are subjected to upgrades, where the upgrade are pre-planned or according to the necessities in the game levels?
Sorry,
Jairaj is asking. How often the characters are subjected to upgrades, where the upgrades are pre-planned or according to the necessities in the game level?
According to the necessities in the game level.
Okay.
Always script oriented, always story oriented character needed.
Okay. Thank you, Mukund. Thank you. I have got up my point. Oh, Savik, thanks. Thanks, sir. One more query. Aladdin character kind of look like it followed the triangle shape, and the villain also look like they have followed the triangle shape. Is that the colors between the characters, or how we can distinguish? Jairaj is asking. Because Aladdin character also triangle. Correct.
No, Aladdin character is not triangle. Aladdin character is box, square
Box,
base.
huh?
If you see
Square
minutely,
base.
Aladdin is having the lead character. If you see the structure of the upper body Aladdin, so that is the it's very much related with the square oriented character. And that Zafar character.
Jairaj, yeah. Jairaj, you can just check once again in Aladdin character whether it's a box or triangle, because Swapnil is saying that it's a box. It's not a triangle. Yeah, it's a bad or good character. It's there. Yeah, Jairaj. Thanks. So Krishna Kumar is asking, like, do you think flat colors will be helpful when you create a 2D characters? What do you suggest?
Yes, flat colors are much more ideal for the,
Okay.
especially for the 2D characters.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And one single tone shade is enough for the 2D characters to suggest the
Correct.
from where the light source is coming.
Mm.
Any new questions?
Not yet. But faculties should be patient. should You should have a lot of patience to do this kind of designing, because when you are looking this artwork from the artist perspective, they will enjoy and they will do. But as a viewer, maybe you can get little bored. But you can just see their strokes and all, how they are applying, and that will make us to engage with their works. Like, we can go with their strokes. After using brush, you going to use burn tool for the character, or what you are going to add in the character which you are working on? Krishna Kumar is asking.
It's a base colors. It's the base colors of the characters. I'm not adding any burn or any filter here. At
Mhm.
base colors, you can say it's a
Okay.
mid-tone or the basic of the costume or basic colors of the material.
Okay. And one more question from Chandan. For game animation, do the limbs are created in different layers in PSD and then imported to animate? How it will be?
Sorry, please come again.
For game animation, do the
Ah,
limbs are created in different layers in PSD and then import to animate CC?
I'm not getting that exactly question.
Actually, for game animation, the character hands and all, we have to keep in a separate layer in PSD. Then we have to import it on the animate CC.
Why need to
Suppose.
go for the PSD purpose? You can make it in a layer based concept is there, na animate CC. You directly do it there only. Trace it character there only on layer base.
Yeah,
Why
that's
coming
why.
to importing that again into the animate?
Yeah, see, Chandan, already Swapnil explained about this design. This design exclusively he is doing in Photoshop, because you people have to get the idea about the
For the
character
game.
design. And even he is going to add more detail in Photoshop. But when you are talking about the game character animation in Animate CC, better you can create the entire character in Animate CC, then you can go ahead. So no need to come to Photoshop and creating the character in the layer and importing into Animate CC. Directly you can start your character in Animate CC itself. That is possible.
Yes.
And yeah, actually, Mukund, yes, you can import the layers from PSD to animate, but as per Swapnil said, it was heavy. It will be heavier than animate CC file, then it will slow down the process. instead of importing PSD file, you can do it in Animate CC itself. That will reduce the file size and the workflow will be faster.
Yes, exactly. And main thing is what if you convert, if you're making in directly Flash, the content of that converted into the vector directly. Otherwise, what happens? You have to convert here in PSD image, and that image you are importing in Flash. So there is no sense. We have the tools in Animate CC to tracing, to coloring, to converting it into the symbol for the animation purpose.
Yeah.
Group option is also there. So means those content will much more helpful while creating the characters.
Yes, correct.
In this example, I saved the time for the tracing. If you go with the tracing
Yeah,
from first,
correct.
so the main thing is about identification of the material and identification of the base color. That is more
Okay.
important while doing the colors.
Okay.
And especially for the game oriented characters, we need to focus on some amount of details also. Structure is there, but as per the structure, details are more important. Those details will give the weightage to the characters. It looks attracts more.
Okay. One more question from Krishna. What are the steps you have to keep it in mind when you design a good gaming character?
The first step is about the look. What kind of genre is there? Either is it villain, either is it hero or supportive. These characteristics
Okay.
need to understand. And the second
Mhm.
thing is about where it will look out. Means what kind of story is there? What is the background of that one?
Hmm.
That
Okay.
in that background means in which location game will, which what kind of genre is there?
Hmm.
Is it older period, what you can say the historical stories there, or advanced science fiction is there, or army military related is there. So according to that, the dress up and that proportion and the features will change, especially for the
Okay.
game.
Okay. Okay. I think Krishna, you got the point, right?
Always come up with the story. What kind of story is there? What is the need for the correct character design? What are the key points?
Yeah.
Once the base is over now, so next steps will come up very much smoother as well as easily.
Hmm.
That's why first of all we need to select the palettes.
Okay.
What kind of color we need to apply, or what kind of material we need to define it into the design.
Hmm.
If trainer can demonstrate like this way for the student purpose, so automatic student also will get the more interest and they use
Hmm.
the proper tools. Otherwise, what happens? They do most of the time with the mouse. Mouse is the not ideal tool to do the designing and this kind of detail work.
Correct.
We can say almost we are finishing.
Yes.
I'll make this the same color to here to balance the color.
Correct.
Patience need to do this kind of work slightly.
Correct.
And first of all, don't hesitate to experiment. Don't think about what kind of result will come, but at least start with the things so automatically you will get the results. Maybe
Yeah.
first of the time you will get missing the proportion or will not get the good color scheme. Later you can
Hmm.
implement that because anyhow you are making on digital, so there is no wastage of material here.
Correct. So Krishna is asking like, what is your name of villain character? Any name is there?
No, I have not yet decided.
And
You can
Chintan
call
is
him my
telling that
name.
thank you. Huh?
You can call him my name to him.
Chintan Shah is telling that thank you, Swapnil sir. I'm understanding properly as you show starting slide. So thank you, Chintan.
Is it he want to go from the session? So
No,
before
no.
session and giving thank you notes. So that's why I'm asking.
He feel that it's properly going. The session is
Okay,
going proper.
thank you.
So like that. So the base strokes are in a different layer and the colors are in the different layer, right?
Yes, yes, you can see here. The sketch is on different layer.
Okay, right.
So that small means that sketch will give you the some nice idea. So how much contour line is there?
Yeah, it will act like a border, right?
Yes,
Mm.
and that sketch layer is in multiply mode. So whatever you applying the base color on base layer color, so that black
Mm.
color will multiply with your base color of the material. So it's look like means you can say there is no need to apply dark black color outline.
Correct.
Especially for the designing point of view, first 2 3 steps are a little bit time taking. Once you got it, that one features in a proper manner, adding the
Mm-hmm.
details are very much easy to them.
Okay.
I hope you got it that one. Hmm? Then we'll go for the this one. So this is on separate layer, the weapon
Okay.
sketch.
Mm-hmm.
This one also in multiply and add one more layer here.
Mm.
Intentionally I did on separate because for the safety purpose. Better to that previous one only. Okay. Then next, one more base is there here. So these two we need to shift up. Sketch point of view.
So one more question from Krishna. Outline,
please.
brush style, base colors are more than enough to create one character.
Sorry, outline base color.
Outline, brush styles, base colors are more than enough to create one character, he's asking. Yes, yes, Krishna, that is enough.
One more thing is there. This one we need to up. Yeah. So the next detail is about that. One more thing is there. We'll make it slightly this color. I'll take it to show that chain.
Okay. So Krishna is telling that, okay, thank you, Suresh sir and Swapnil sir, for the answers patiently. So Krishna, we need a patience, because from your experience, from our experience, we used to know about that. Whenever we are giving some information to the students or faculties, it will take some time to understand, and then they will reply back with the questions. So definitely we need a lot of patience, especially for me, I when I went to abroad also, it was like this only, because there in that is Central America, so they used to ask the same question again and again for 4 5 times. Or whenever I used to take some topic, individual students will ask the same thing repeatedly 4 times or 5 times. Also, I used to repeat the same thing for them. So then only they will satisfied. Yes, I got an answer like that. It's common because we need patience. Otherwise, we can't sustain in this teaching industry for such a long time. That is for sure. I think Sapnil also accept this.
Yes, yes, 100%. The extra features of that material, we will remove it. I had drawn especially for the maintain the flow of that chain.
Okay.
So you can see some details slightly because due to different colors, it is coming variation point of view.
Yeah, correct.
I think almost all base color done. You can see now the variations of that material, metal and some different kind of leather, cloth, wooden and helmet metal. These things will come up with a very good enough to give the some more time. So these extra added detail, I'll remove it. You can see here the chain detail that is coming here. So I'll remove that one. And here also you can see some detail. This one, we'll remove this one from the sketch layer. Now things coming good.
Yeah. You are going to give a lighting also?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because now
I'll
it's
try.
looking like a flat character.
Yes, yes. We'll need to add some more depth and we'll go for the highlight.
Okay. Yeah.
So this previous one was our sketch and this is one kind of base. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So I'll do one thing. I'll add one more here layer. Okay. So this is one soft shade. You can check now. I'll make one layer of the shade, unique shade. Mm, I'll change my color brush. This one. On separate layer, I'm making this one. Slightly, I'll make it a little bit lighter. You can see now. So these are one kind of, you can see the feelness where the major lights will not come, not reach there.
Shade is in the separate layer, right? Soft shade.
Yes, I'm applying on separate layer.
Okay.
I'll reduce slightly opacity also. to give some more realism. You can check like this, getting some points. So means this layer will give you some base
Yeah,
shades, because I
correct.
did that layer effect in multiply, so automatic that shade will coming into the multiply mode. Hmm. So where
Mm.
you want, so according to that you can apply some more like this. The same will apply here, slide. So if for example you can see the directional light I am taking from the right side direction, little bit upper edge. So as per that, this side shade will come. Meanwhile, we'll go for this below this shade also, because the fold or the material is changing here. This depth, Any queries, Surajji? All are quiet.
Yeah, up to now they don't have any queries. They are clear with whatever you are giving with them.
Hope so. They are not boring.
Because this kind of thing, it's not available anywhere. Like even tutorial also they will do in fast forward mode, but here we are showing each and every nook and corner details with the proper information. That's what they are getting a clear picture, I think.
Yes, yes.
So
Yes.
far the process is able to follow clearly. Jairaj is commenting on this. I told you na, this kind of information we can't find out in YouTube also. They will put in forward. Sometime faculty or viewers can miss those details. But here you are giving each and every detail in a proper way. That's why they don't have any queries.
Thank you. But it will take time.
Yeah.
It's not like any kind of rocket science to get it
Yes, yes.
in a faster way.
It's a skill, right? It's a skill.
Yes.
It's not a talent. It's a skill.
This layer I am applying only just the base of the shades. It's not a strong shadow, but you can see the feel of the depthness here. Still highlight portion will come here, then darker shades, another 2-3 layers will come.
See, Chandan is telling that it's not boring, it's interesting. I also take a digital painting session. I also learn a different style technique from Swapnil sir.
Thank you
So that,
for appreciation.
yeah. So that means you are giving some different way of approach. That's why they are keenly watching your session.
Pin drop silent coming.
So when the class is going fine, there won't be a noise. It will be very silent only.
Most of the time, I think these steps already they are aware of that, because we explain these steps in the previous class also, in previous
Yes, yes.
sessions.
Hmm. Because it's nothing but a depth, like 3D depth we are giving through this shadow, right? So
Mm-hmm.
wherever the contacts point comes, wherever the curvy area comes, those areas we have to give a shade, right?
Yes, yes. And this is also not much more hard light shades. It's a, you can
Hmm.
say, the blending shades of
Yeah, correct.
you can go with direct darker color also, but it not looks much more. because we are going through the detailing some realism point of view. So for that, I'm adding this layer.
See, Anurag is telling that it is silent because before I raise question, I am getting the answer, sir. Sunilji, the strokes, some shades are going out of the contour. So how can we
Yes,
avoid
yes.
that?
We can avoid through the direct strokes properly. Otherwise, we can erase that time. Because on this layer only, you are getting some those strokes, softer edge strokes.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll go with the base color of this. The same layer I will use it here for the softer edge.
Okay.
Here, just suggest to make it lighting because the material is, or you can say the size of the detail is lesser, and anyhow we have the strokes also. So somewhere the depth is coming. Here only you can apply a single strokes like this.
Okay.
So we can see this extra came on this softer. So I'll erase this one first
Okay.
because before it was the weapon layer was off. So we got the confusion. Now I'll erase that one. So now the major part, this one. One small strokes, double strokes, you can show the depth and darker shades overlapping that picture. If you see the minutely, so this shadow will come here. I'll show you that one.
Yeah.
I hope that idea came.
Yeah. Shadow also great.
Hmm. And you see minutely, so here also some the spherical shadow will come here.
Mhm.
Why? Because the object shadow is coming on the dress up or the character standing portion.
Mhm.
And here some amount of hand shadow,
Okay.
and the same thing here will apply here, this portion. Is it coming, Surajji? Feel?
yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's very nice.
The main thing is not here. Here, the middle portion of that body. Here we need to add the same technique
Okay.
to show the depth. This is also part of that material, no?
That shield also having the depth, right?
Yes. Hope so that at least the base richness is looking nice, good enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Any query in between, sir? Anybody new queries?
No query till now. Then,
So
I is pending.
yes, yes, that was left out. So we'll do think that in a final mode, especially when the features will come up for the facial structures.
Okay.
Can we continue or will take another session for details because it will take a little bit time.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Any
we can ask
opinion coming from viewers' point of view?
viewers silent. We can go ahead.
Okay, done. We'll take a new layer and highlight.
Okay.
So as per this palette, I'll make it those slightly highlight mode. Before it was I was taken a single highlight, especially for as per the need. Now I made the different highlighting modes to apply for the separate textures mode. For example, this one is are taken for the skin purpose. So you can see for skin, I'll do this one. Highlight. I'll change the opacity.
Jairaj is putting a comment like, as a fellow digital painter, I understand how long the work takes.
Yes, it's definitely. Obviously, it's a time-taking process only, because one by one, layer wise, when you see,
Mhm.
then only we'll get that result. Where need, there only I am applying those highlights, because anyhow we applied for the mid-tone.
Yes.
So this color I'm using especially for the skin purpose.
Okay.
Also that essence is coming. That highlight essence somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'll take this one for this material purpose. I'll slightly reduce the opacity because the material is hard and brighter light no need to showcase that much brighter as we need to compare.
Okay.
Some amount here also you can say that for rim edge effect. Where necessity is there, just one strokes. Just a minute. For these points, we go for some highlight because this button need to showcase brighter. The same material is here also, so I'll use the almost same concept for this portion of highlight. Not everywhere, where the need is there only I'll slightly lighten that portion. So for metal purpose, we'll go with this one. See, it's not like that completely compulsion you have to use that all colors, but this for safer side, I did this one color palette little bit wider manner.
Okay.
So I'll take one separate layer, especially for this weapon purpose, because this layer is upside.
It's telling it's coming to live. So the character is live.
Hmm. I hope so. This result is coming good. Is it? Any
Yeah.
query coming, sir?
No,
No.
not yet. It's very clear, crystal clear. I think I can say
Hope
that.
so. Hope so. All are there. Otherwise,
All are there.
so according to the material quality, the same material is in helmet also. So I'll use that one to showcase this edge where brightness is coming.
Mukund is asking, can we use texture brushes to make it look more real?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
That also very good. Nice idea. I change the order of that sketch. So I'll make it these extra lines, I'll erase it. So we will not get confusion here. So we'll go for this here also. That highlight. I'll reduce this one. Red shield. I'll increase the opacity slightly. You can see slightly I'll reduce. This effect will give the emboss effect from where that material is coming out.
Okay.
You can see the depth, which side is light bouncing on that material. Some amount of I'll apply here also randomly to showcase that texture up and down of that material, molded material. I'll use this highlight for this material. What is there here? And the same thing would go for this highlight, the portion of that
Okay.
here somewhere, because it's already in a lighter color. The material is cloth, so no need to do much more highlight here. Is needed. This one is need somewhere where the direct light is bouncing. This portion. The pressure of the pen it much more differ because slightly if you pressing the pen point, automatic that much of color will come out, and if you press more, so automatic that much of more color will come out. So need to mastering mastering on the pen pressure. How we need to apply and how we are going to finish it. Hope so now. The highlight portion is over now. Now we can go with the some medium details. Means you can say the darker details. Darker details, I'll take this one or I'll take this one to give some texture for the hair. So I'll change one this. So I'll make it one separate layer, another. I'll make it dark details. Change the blending option. Slightly change the opacity. So this give the shadow sense. I'll take the hard brush. You can see now. I'll change here color, white slightly to apply here that isooctane tone. Slightly I'll make it dark. Give some more depth for eyes. Is it coming, sir?
Perfect. Especially I know this eye.
Huh?
Eye, very nice.
Thank you. Like this, the same color layer on the same layer, I'm applying with the different kinds of colors to add on the details of that material point of view. So I'll take this one color, especially for this material. You can see for separate material kind of view, separate colors I have been already selected. So this is the one kind of liberty we will get it. I'll change the color mode because now we need some softer edge.
Yeah.
Instead of this, I'll make it some more darker. We can go with this one also. Some more shades, this point of view. Is it looking pretty? Hope so. On the same treatment, we'll apply for the next. Yes, sir.
It's exactly like a 3D Little bit skin tone, that skin poring details and skin detail. When you give on this character, it's looking like 3D only. Because now the face is looking like a smooth, shiny skin. When we give that much detail, it will look like a real 3D character.
Okay, sure. We'll do it that one also, one by one. First, we'll finish up the next. I'll do it this one only. Take the same, slightly much more detail. Because once that hard light shadow will come now, so automatically that will reveal more.
Okay. Yes. It's coming.
More depth. But not everywhere, somewhere where we need there only. It looks nice. This here we need. Here we need. Some slight this portion. Inside the depth, this portion.
I think this guy did hair straightening, I think, right? This guy hairstyle is looking, he went to the collar and he straightened his hair.
Now that sharpness is coming.
It's looking very realistic and it's great.
Good. So like that, we'll go for the next. So you can see we are applying layer by layer, mid-tone, then lighter soft edge shades, then lighter edge highlights, and slowly we are moving towards more details.
Yes.
While we see these now, it's look like the same colors, but when you see minutely, changes are there, slightly changes are there.
Yeah.
This portion, this inside portion, much more darker. Real changing now. These are some more realistic touch up. This.
Yes.
Like this will apply here also, that in-depth portion.
Okay.
As per the light source, I'll make it this edge, this side edge darker. So the darker share for this. Intentionally, I'm applying here this kind of strokes because this material is different, some clock kind of. So we need to showcase some strokes. So we'll give texture realism here.
Okay.
Slightly darker here, but where necessity is there only, because already this material is some different. Only on that somewhere their edges are bold, there only this will come. Extra portion we can erase it later on once we'll finish this one sketch. Once we'll finish this all the process. For this, the material of the metal, we go with this. Show some more depth. I'll increase the opacity also. No need to everywhere apply the same. Where necessity is there only, just only to showcase the direction of the light.
Okay.
Slight darker this edge. The hardness of that fold. Hope so. Is it coming properly?
It's coming very nicely. It's coming and a lot of details. It's very good.
Now the last only one thing is there, that is brighter highlighter, where that portion means you can say the like specular lighting, or you can say the brighter light where it will come. That area will go for the next step. You can say that is
Okay.
one kind of final touch up, brighter light.
Venkatesh is telling, thank you very much, Swapnil sir. You did give lot of detailing for character design.
Thank you, thank you. You can see the same color kind of highlight I'm taking there. This downside I hope so no need to, because anyhow that is coming in darker way. So this looks nice. This much portion, or we'll go for the brighter light. This I'll take this one special for the metal kind of things. I'll make it slightly bigger. This portion I'll erase it. Leave it. Oh, yeah. Show that much. So this bright, I'll apply it for somewhere here also where it's necessity. Maybe we'll check. I'll change the color. I'll take this one. And somewhere some edges where you want that edge only, make it lighter.
Very nice specular detailing is coming now.
This kind of specular detailing will apply here also somewhere. And here also. Where it needed, there only need to apply, not everywhere. It depends on what kind of material is there. Like here I'll apply, or like somewhere here I'll apply to showcase that material content. Slightly I'll apply here. Yes, sir, is it coming? Hope so.
It's coming very nice. Superb. I can say
Okay,
that.
now the next thing we'll go for the shadow. That is, you can say the character shadow where it is standing, because now it's looking like it's standing on the air.
Correct.
To show the shadow, we go for the same thing. I'll take some same thing, that brighter color or darker slightly, because shadow is not always come up with a direct black in color. So we need to experiment with that colors, and shadow always depend on what kind of colors tone or color source is there, from which
Correct.
direction it's coming, how much intensity of that light, that is also depend. Below that exact body, I'm keeping that is darker, and away that I'm keeping slightly lighter. Because it's a naturality, and you can see exact below that object, always shadow will come darker way.
Hmm.
So now we'll do one thing, where the extra portion obviously came, so that portion will erase slightly. For that, I'll off this one palette for the time being, and I'll change the color of that background,
Hmm.
and I'll apply some darker color. Sorry. Now I'll change slightly the color because I need to exert some amount of different kind of color to look out what kind of it is coming.
That eye also gone. It's like a ghost
Yes,
now.
yes, because the I need to do, we'll do
Hmm.
it that later. I'll make it now only.
Hmm.
So this is the magic of the changing of the background. I'll make it slightly brighter more. And we'll do it specular brighter here. Now it's came. So now you can see some extra portion is all came up while we applied for the colors. So that will go for the erase it. You can see on highlight there this portion is coming now. I'll make it slightly softer because
Okay.
and of this palette. And see where the extra lens will erase it. Then we'll go for the dark shades, soft shade. You can see here some extra edges came. I hope maximum is clear now. Yes, Suresh sir, how is it looking? Okay.
It's very nice. It's very great. Very
Thank
detailed
you.
painting. Vani Deepasri from Banaswadi. I think it's a lot of details. Really,
Yes.
they can give a very good class in digital painting and character design for the students. I think so. Mukund Jadhav is telling superb, amazing, sir. Chaitan,
We can make
Chintan
it
Shah.
hyper realistic also. We can make
Hmm.
it hyper realistic painting also, but it will take time more. But
Correct, correct. Yeah.
special for the demonstration point of view and special for the student point of view, what kind of result? At least this much. Because here
Hmm.
you can see outline is there, but even though you could not find out the what kind of outline I used because that much of
Hmm.
blending and that much of detailing is there.
Correct, correct.
Due to that, it's
So,
looking like very realistic now. I'll slightly increase the highlight here. So now you can see
hmm.
the
Krishna Kumar is telling excellent details, awesome work, Mr. Swapnil sir. I love it. Next time, show us realistic portrait digital painting. Will be useful for 3D mains.
but for that we need to sit at least 4 hours realistic. We,
If you
we
have patience, then we can schedule the session.
can, I can do that much of detail, but listeners should be sit there for 5 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah. So Vani is replying back, no problem. They are ready.
Great. That's my pleasure. If I demonstrate that much of detailing, no issue. We'll do it. Make it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So any queries or anything, just let us know, and we can conclude this session. Am I
And
right, Sir?
one more point I would like to add here while making the gaming characters. So don't do
Mm-hmm.
like a normal character designing. What we are making for the animation purpose. Gaming character always look something different from other character. It should be mob. It should be hyper detail. It should be complexity in characterize, complexity in terms of dress up, different kinds of weapons. That looks much more attractive.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I have taken reference here two different kind of characters, like a warrior kind of Jack Viking with I added some that animal oriented, that horns and other things. Those will give you much more interesting. Like the same thing when you go for the science fiction characters. So that time you can take the anatomy from the human, but you need to add some machinery oriented a layer or details like that, robotic or something like weapons like laser, weapons like some automatic generated, those kind of thing, sparkling lights or something like that. So
Yeah,
genre
yeah.
will change. How the genre will change, like that material will change, and that characteristics also will change.
Yes. So Nilesh is telling like wonderful. Thank you, sir. Mukund, thank you. Vani Deepasri, thank you so much for your detailed demo.
Thank
But
you.
can this character be animated or it is concept art? Vani is asking.
So this is especially for the concept art.
Hmm.
For animation purpose, if you want the same details and you want to animate this character,
Hmm.
so better to go for the 3D character. If you're looking for this kind of detail, I will animate in the 2D animation. It will not come up.
Yeah,
So this
because
I,
this much detail, it's little bit difficult in 2D, right?
yes, because
Hmm.
obviously for 2D you are going frame by frame drawing and frame by frame changing. There is no
Hmm.
shortcut.
Yeah.
For 3D character you can make it better. This also you can do it hyper realistic details in 3D character. For that time this kind of painting science, texture science, like Mukund said, texture oriented brushes also, that time you can use it. Here I did some simple oriented, but you can use it like a leather oriented texture material brushes also you can use it. Wood material brushes is also available, so that time also you can use it. So chapters that will come, different textures, different materials, and the different, but this is the technique. Basically I do much more importance to the techniques rather than tool. Once you learn the techniques and skill, so tool can change it. Like when you see this my previous sketch, see this previous sketch, you can see in front of this it's look like a very simple, or you can say very roughly, but this is the inspiration sketch to me, and through this SketchUp I converted that complete in a proper way. So SketchUp and references always looks good, and it will give the, you can say it's one kind of milestone to your character developing and concept art.
Yeah. See, Jairaj is telling this session was awesome. Thanks for the session. Name is not there. And one more person, Arina Vijayawada, thanks for giving good information and good work, sir. Tulsi is telling that now we know the whole process of character designing. Really, it is superb. Passionately, you explain, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Even though I did not use all palette colors, if I do one by one, it will take some more time.
Another 1 hour.
Because these are some basic details what we are searching towards a faculty point of view, and what kind of submission work towards a student point of view, the study point of view, especially for the game oriented characters.
Yes. So now you can just switch off and switch on from the base layer, and even audience can identify the thing. How much detail?
Sure. I'll make it that one.
Yeah.
I'll off all first.
Yeah. So.
So first thing is about this sketch.
Just for reference, right?
Yeah, this is for the reference.
Yeah.
And the base. But before coloring for the base, I did the sketch. Line art is more important. You can see the line art of the weapons. You can see the line art of the body completely. This is more important. Line art. After that, base color of the body, base color of the weapons, what is and why I did the different layer, because that handling weapon is overlapping on the body. If it is away from that body, so I can make it in single one layer. But to demonstrate properly and to make it clarity while coloring, so I did, these are the separate layers.
Yeah, exactly. So after that, slowly you
have we did this soft shades. Then after that soft shade, we done it at
highlights,
some base highlight, not completely sharp highlight. These are the base highlights. Base highlights on weapons also we done it. Then after this highlight, we did darker shades to give some more solid depth where the light is not reaching part of the body, and then applied some brighter specular light. So after that,
ground shadow also you added, back color, background color also you added in this.
And this one.
Yeah.
So the final output is like this. One more thing is there, once you finish this one, you can do some color, what I say, color correction in characters also. Means you can change the color scheme. So according to that, it looks very nice. For example, I'll show you here. I'll make it this one. Randomly, I'll make it this one as a JPG. Okay, I'll open up that. Okay,
Yeah.
this is JPG, and when you change this one, you can see
Correct.
so means one master painting you can make it 2-3 color combination. Here I by mistake taken that background also here to show it in
Correct.
hurry. Without background detail, without background color, you can experiment this kind of color schemes. What kind of you
Correct.
want. Material also you can change with the lighting, or you don't want to same, or you want to take a single monotonous, like old style painting. You can make it. So these are the advantage of this digital characterization, digital painting. How you play with that colors, how you adding the details, according to that it will come.
Yes.